I want to share with you today some ideas on how to tap into your imaginative and creative faculties that you have within yourself to help you lead a more fulfilling life. We all have incredible reservoirs of imagination and creativity inside us, but oftentimes we don't really use them, and but they're so important to leading a fulfilled life. In fact, I think of them as superpowers, if your imagination and your creativity. And one way of taking advantage of this is to imagine what you want your life to be like. That's creating a vision or a dream. And it could be about relationships, it could be about fun activities, it could be about how you make your livelihood and what you want that to look like. And once you've created that vision, then your creativity allows you to put it into place step by step by step. And there's a whole process of doing this. And I actually, in my book, The Self-Empowerment GPS, I have a step-by-step process where you can take advantage of this so that you can lead a more fulfilling life. I also want to share with you the fact that in my life, I had severed my link to my imagination and my creativity. Let me explain how that happened. When I was a child, I was full of imagination. I felt carefree. And when I say carefree, I don't mean I was wealthy or anything like that. Far from it. When I began earning money when I was 11 years old to help out the family. And I was given the space to play in such a way. And I had this great friend, his name was Cliff, who was just incredible at imagination. And I just loved his company. And we would do all sorts of things, riding our bikes, pretending all sorts of things. And for instance, making airplanes out of the junk in our parents' backyard, things like that. But something happened to Cliff that made me fearful and caused me to leave my connection to imagination and creativity. So when I was 17 and he was 18, he had a newspaper route delivering newspapers in the morning to a nearby community. And he got a call from the police. And they said, "Oh, there's been a number of rapes in the area where your newspaper route is, and we'd like to talk to you in case you've seen anything that could help us solve this mystery that we have." So what did Cliff do? He was just eager to go in and see how he could help the police. He went in, they arrested him, they accused him of raping women, breaking into their houses. If you knew Cliff like I knew Cliff, he was so incapable of any aggression. He was just a loving soul. So it was really traumatic for him. And the whole ordeal lasted him 3 years. And at the end, the judge in the case threw it out and accused the police of setting up Cliff and of hiding evidence that would have exonerated them because they wanted to have some sort of conviction in this case. Well, it was traumatic for Cliff for sure, but for me, it left me scared. And after that, I began to conform much more to the societal formulas that I had gotten from my religion or from social institutions about what my life was going to be. And I never created a vision of what my life should be like. I was cut off from it. One good thing that did happen from this is I gained a lot of empathy for people who are the victims of injustice. And that has really influenced a lot of my professional life. I was able to overcome this breaking off of my connection to my inner imagination and creativity, and many years later. And I did this through art. I just happened to develop an interest in drawing and painting, and you can see an example there. I always like sharing it with people. And I was able to just discover or rediscover this imagination and this creativity within that sprung up from God knows where. I'm sure neuroscientists would tell me exactly where in the brain this has happened. But it gave me the capacity again to imagine the life I wanted to live. And I decided I needed to make changes in my life. And I did. And so that's the positive thing. And again, in my books, I try to guide people along in this kind of journey to empower people to tap into their imagination, the creativity. And when you begin to feel that, you just go, how can I not love myself? How can I not want to take care of myself? It's so empowering. So if you want to see a little bit of my art, you can go to my website, gregperio.com, and I have an art gallery there along with a lot of information on my books. And also I recently did a podcast about a father teaching his children creativity and imagination, and empowering them to love themselves. And it's something we need to do. And that can be found on the Greg Perio YouTube channel. So thanks for listening. And there's so much more we can talk about. And we'll have an opportunity to do it. Bye.